Hello everyone, this video will cover Module 5. Module 5 is our second module for the process essay. So in this module, you will be finishing the essay and submitting a final draft. So let me show you what we'll be working on. So this is, we'll start off with some stuff that kind of goes back to our reading strategies that we started discussing earlier in the semester. So it's probably a good idea to do this first, but some students do they want to get into their essay and get that going. And so all of the essay stuff is down here. So we've kind of got two sections of the module. We'll start with the reading kind of review stuff. This is just review. You guys read this chapter, or at least looked at this chapter before, and so that's just reading strategies. And then I've got another video for you if that helps. And those are the reading strategies that you did a discussion board over with the SQ3R and the REAP strategies. And then you're taking a quiz over that. So this stuff should be familiar and should not take you very long to review so that you can take the quiz. Again, it's just one of those quizzes you can take as many times as you want. And then we have our second reader response discussion board. This one is a little bit different. And so it is basically we're going outside of the class. So this is kind of your introduction to finding sources and responding to things that you read academically and going through the information that you might find. So if you're taking, I don't know, a psychology course and you're asked to find a psychology article, being able to read through that and understand it and put it together, that kind of thing, that's what we're practicing here. So the first step is to find an article that interests you. Could be just a general news information article. Try to go for one that's not like a Wikipedia article, something that is from a good source. So the example that I have here, the example post that I have is I'm coaching my son's t-ball team. So I just picked the littleleague.org would be a good website to look at for information because they obviously have control kind of the rules and regulations for Little League to begin with. So I've got this article that I found, and then my sample post would just include, it did not have an author, so it's just the title and the URL of the article information. The URL is important so other people can access it, obviously. And then just a short summary of the information that I found on there. So I'm using my good, summary reading strategies that will help me out with what the content. The sample posts that you provide then are going to just add additional information about the topic. And so I just pretended like somebody had posted, let's say somebody posts something about an article about George Clooney. And so I just provided two additional sources, an image and then the website that it came from, and then a video and the video link that would be in my response post to their original. So if they posted an article about George Clooney, then I would have these two sources that I provided as additional information. So response posts, I give you some ideas. Really, we're looking for other forms of media that aren't just articles. So we're looking for podcasts and videos and ebooks and photographs and that kind of thing, just so that we can add to the type of media that we're looking at. So YouTube videos are a great idea. You can look for books, photographs, all of that kind of thing. I can kind of think of outside the box a little bit with it if you want to. Anything that you can link in. And then just a brief description of the media and the link and everything so that your peers can kind of see what you did. So that is the discussion board and should not take you very long, but does, you'll have to wait till some people have posted their article to begin with. Otherwise, it slows us down. If there's ever a point where you're doing a discussion board and you're really trying to get it done and nobody else has posted, make sure you send me an email because I can always post something from my student account and give you a chance to respond. So then this is a process essay instructions. We have seen this before. This was in the previous module. And so now you're just finishing the essay. So whatever you did for your brainstorm and writing plan is what you're now going to turn into an essay. So a couple of criteria to remember, you are going with a full page, at least 3 paragraphs. Most students will get between 3 and 5 paragraphs, depending on how much information they provide for the process. If you are struggling with, make sure that you check your feedback on your brainstorm, because there are sometimes students will come up with something that really is not like an essay length explanation. So they'll be like, my recipe for mashed potatoes or something. And mashed potatoes really is not complicated enough of a recipe to write a whole essay about. So check feedback first, make sure that it's something that will really work. And then your essay will cover the major steps. You have to have a minimum of 3 major steps in the process, but you might have a lot more depending on what your process is. Don't forget about preparation and cleanup. So, you know, if it's I don't know, changing the oil on your lawnmower, you're probably going to have to find the manual or watch some YouTube videos, or, you know, gather your supplies, go to the store and buy new oil, you know, all of that stuff that you're doing beforehand. And then clean up, what do you do with the oil, the old oil afterward, that kind of thing. So making sure that you include those kinds of steps. So they're often skipped in these essays. And then making sure that you do have an introduction. So it probably will be fairly short, just giving us an overview and your thesis, and then a conclusion to help wrap everything up. Sometimes the final step, being like the cleanup and everything, shows up in students' conclusions. A couple of things to review. I've got the process essay readings review and another example video that you can watch. And then I've got some more information about writing a rough draft. This is, I need to change these model numbers. You're actually not writing one as an assignment for this semester, but you can. I would encourage you to actually do a rough draft. And then that way you have something that you can send to friends for feedback, or send to the online writing lab, or send to me, so you can get some feedback on it. And then take that rough draft, you know, give yourself a day, and then go look back at it, and then revise it, read it out loud, print it out, that kind of thing. This is how to use the online writing lab if you haven't already. It's through our BrainFuse online tutoring service, which is over here. It's a great service, and they are working this summer on stuff that's submitted, but making sure that you give them plenty of time to respond back to you. I need to change the directions here. So this is the spot to actually submit the final draft of your essay. It's worth some more points than the previous major writing assignment because it is a full-length essay. But you can see the grading rubric down here, and it gives you a link back to the criteria sheet, so you don't forget what you're supposed to be doing. So that is the module. If you have any questions at all, make sure that you do send me an email. Again, you can also send me a draft through email. That's fine. If you sat and watched this entire video, I really appreciate it. And if you email me to let me know that you watched this video, I will add 5 points extra credit to your Module 5 work. So have a great week.